This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. At Kettering University, over 30% of the student population was in high school robotics. These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in scholarships. Scholarship applications for FIRST students are now available. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. Hey, Open Alliance teams and fans, check out the new Open Alliance, FRC, FTC, and Fun themed stickers and pins now available at firstupdatesnow.com/stickers. We also have new Open Alliance and Fun shirts arriving at firstupdatesnow.com/shirts with free shipping, or head over to firstupdatesnow.com to find all the links. Hey, and welcome back to 3506 YETI Robotics on the Open Alliance show. YETI Robotics, a big centerpiece right here, so we can't wait to see as we dive more into this robot. Of course, we'll be talking about their progress as they've gone through, some programming as well in their first robot build, and of course, their Scrimmage coming up as well, too. So, Pavan and Vincent, thank you so much for coming back on. If you can just remind everybody what you do on the team, and then we'll hop right into your progress.
Sure. So my name is Vincent, and I'm the engineering captain for YETI 3506. And
my name is Pavan, and I am the mechanical lead for YETI Robotics.
So let's hop right in. You guys got a huge robot right in front of you. It's hard to ignore for that, but I'd love to hear about your progress, what's been going on with your team. So much has happened in just 3 short weeks.
Yeah. So Pavan, if you want to start with the build process.
Yeah, I would definitely say these first 2 weeks have been the most concentrated in terms of the work we've gotten done on the robot. I'm sure you guys remember from last time we had those 2 final renders of our robot.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about which path we wanted to take. Pretty much immediately after that, I think we decided which one we wanted to go with, and we ended up going with the handoff style. So we have a separate intake on the front, and then we have a elevator, and the intake hands off the game piece to the elevator, and the elevator extends, allowing us to score. And yeah, it's a 3-stage elevator. And I mean, other than that, we just, I think what our biggest strength was we spent like 3 to 4 weeks CADing. So when we did go to actually assemble our robot, we had very few hiccups. I mean, the entire build process was very, very smooth. And yeah, so that also allowed us to get a very compact robot. I'm sure you can see it's kind of like a very compact little cube right now. But we were able to get all of our wiring laid out, all of our tubing cut very accurately, and the entire robot construction process was very efficient. So yeah, I mean, anything else to add, Vince, about the construction?
No, I think you got most of it. Yeah, it was very concentrated, about 2 weeks-ish, and we got it all built together. Let's see, I think we have a couple photos about, throughout our build process.
A couple of late nights,
yeah,
the robot.
Lots of late nights.
Yeah,
here's one of it fully extended. Of course, we can't do that in real game, extend both ways, but that is the elevator fully extended. And I think, yes, this next one. All right, so this is something really exciting. This year, YETI is going to build 2 robots. They're going to be twins. So you can see that the one on the right is the one we currently have here, fully built. And then we have the one on the left, which is in the process of being built. But we should have 2 by the first competition we're hoping. So
yeah,
it's really exciting for us. Allows us to have more of our students get involved because we constantly have something to do for them.
Yeah, like even just today.
So those two robots they're complete twins, identical twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you're obviously, you talked about getting more students involved, but are you going to use one for like mainly programming and one for driver practice, or how are you going to use those 2?
Both really. So yeah, having 2 robots will allow controls to kind of tune a lot on one while mechanical continues to build a second one. And like you said, driver practice as well as a big benefit of having 2 robots. While one is tuning or getting repaired, we can still have people improving their skills as drivers.
In that picture you showed with the 2 robots on the charge station as well too, and I don't know if this may be something we'll get into later, but have you done some testing on balancing the robots on the charge station, either both from like an auto balance or just balancing like just straight up in a teleop mode?
Yeah, so we have done some testing on balancing, and we actually have found it's relatively easy, at least with our robot, of how centered our weight is to manually balance the robot. We are working on auto balancing as well, especially for the auto period where we can't make any adjustments ourselves. Um, we're mostly confident the code will work, but we haven't tested it on this robot yet. We've only tested it on our off-season robot. So we're pretty sure it's still all of it should just apply to both robots, but we haven't actually gotten around to testing that.
On your guys' end, so far from a mechanical standpoint, like what have you been able to test like on your practice field that you have?
For the most part, we're just getting driving working, and we're going to be testing the arm like very soon. We have like kind of mock, uh, just kind of see if our game pieces can fit into the intake and how hands off and whatnot. We haven't really automated that process at all, but we have basically manually put the game pieces in and manually try and flip it over, which led us to realize, and probably you can talk more about this, our carriage needs to be redesigned a little. Um,
Yeah, and that's just going back to another advantage of having the twin robots. Like right now, Mechanical is working on putting a different style carriage on the second robot, while controls can still mess around with the drivetrain, get our values correct, start programming our arm and our elevator and all this. So yes, we are going with a slightly changed carriage design. We've kind of adopted the roller bar design for the top because we think that would be more efficient in terms of it would allow the handoff to go smoother because the rollers can both take in and retain the game pieces faster and easier. So yes, we're currently in development of a kind of roller bar carriage.
Let's hop into some of your electrical and programming a little bit more and what's been going on with your team for that. What have you seen that's been working out well for you, and any advice for teams as well too?
Yeah, so one big thing we've been trying to push this year is using Git more efficiently. So we wanted all of our students to be able to program. Um, oh no, it's playing video. I need to go to the next slide. There we go. Okay. Uh, we wanted all of our students to get more hands-on programming. So we've been really trying to use Git's branching features more efficiently. Get everyone can like work on their own subsystem, tune everything on their own, and then we can see how everything can merge together. And I think that's been working out pretty well so far. We did have a little hiccup like today where someone made some merges that didn't work out, but it's a learning process that gives us all a chance to learn how to use Git more efficiently, what not to do with pushing and pulling. But I think it's been working out really well because all of our students have gotten a lot more time learning how to program the robot themselves. And besides that, we did also run into a little hiccup with our CAN bus. So I know I talked to you about this last OA show. The CAN bus board allowing us to like just plug into the CAN bus instead of having to daisy chain to each device. What we found is that um, with the Canon board, it doesn't seem to be working very well. Once we add around 12 to 14 devices, we start getting errors on the CAN bus. We're not entirely sure why this is yet because it seems like it should work based on the ISO standard of how CAN buses are wired in the industry, but on our robot it seems to be causing errors. So we had to rip that out quickly, throw in the normal daisy chain CAN bus. Um, we do want to keep on trying to like improve it and see if we can get those CAN boards to work. But for right now, we just don't have the time for it. We do also, I think it's worth investing in. So if any other team wants to try, I highly encourage it. I think it would make CAN bus wiring um, even easier, I think, in my opinion. But I guess it goes for whatever your team is most comfortable with. And then another big thing our controls team has been working on, well, mainly one person is our dashboard. So we've been making a custom dashboard for our team instead of using the shuffleboard or smart dashboard. I think it's looking pretty great. It looks very sleek. It's written, I think I was told the back end was written in Rust, and then the front end was written in React. So it's really cool, and I think it's awesome that our student was able to do this.
All right, so help somebody out like me who like kind of has troubles wrapping my head around it. What is the advantage of having a custom dashboard like that?
So for us, it's one. I think it's really nice to be able to have control over like what we want to implement into it, what features we feel would benefit us the most. But the other thing is just we have found that Shuffleboard has kind of crashed on us too often in the past, and we didn't feel comfortable using that again this year. Whether that's a user error on our part or something in Shuffleboard's code, it just kept on crashing on us. So we wanted to make our own and try out having a more stable version.
That makes sense to me.
And then I think that's it for controls right now. Besides, I mean, of course, we're continuing to try and tune everything. We don't have too much on that right now, but we hopefully will have that tuned within the next week or so.
One other thing that jump into it, and if there's anything else you're about, we can definitely cover that. But I do want to make sure we talk about your scrimmage that your team has coming up as well, too.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so we did have a slight change of plans. One team, unfortunately, could not make it. So we got, I think now instead of seven, yeah, we have 7 teams. We have T-Rex, let's see, Megabytes. Wait, no. Yeah, Megabytes, eSpots. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart.
No, that's all right.
Bots on Wheels.
Bots on Wheels, Avian, which is a rookie team, us, and then they just signed up. I can't remember who just signed up.
And can you remind us when is the scrimmage, and then is this something that will be accessible for others to either view in person or online?
Yeah, so the scrimmage is this Saturday, and then we thought about live streaming it, but we decided one thing with our internet kind of being a little choppy sometimes, we didn't feel like live streaming it would be very stable.
Sure.
Also, all the teams are in kind of different positions right now in terms of progress, and we wanted to make sure everyone had time to tune and not just have matches. So because of all that, we decided to go with a video instead, and then we'll pull together a bunch of highlights from it, and hopefully we can have that posted shortly after the scrimmage.
Also, the last team is Ice Java.
Thank you. Yes.
For sure. Well, thanks for, I'm sure the teams definitely appreciate you putting all that together as well, too. I think any team's able to provide a space where many teams don't have something like that is fantastic. So YETI Robotics, thank you so much for doing that. Is there anything else on your robot that you want to wrap up with before we let you go and let you all get back to work?
Not that I can think of. Probably have anything.
Not that I can think of. I'm just focused on the scrimmage right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting like the jitters from it's almost feeling like week 1. So I'm definitely excited
feel like week 1.
to have a bunch of teams in the zone and have that friendly competition going.
Yeah, it feels like you're back, right? So that's so
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
So, well, great progress on the robot so far. We can't wait to see more of your updates, of course, on your OA blog and the OA Discord as well, too. So wish you best of luck, and we'll see you on sometime somewhere. But good luck at your competitions if we don't talk to you before that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care. This video on First Updates Now is made possible by viewers like you and also the following sponsors. At Kettering University, over 30% of the student population was in high school robotics. These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in scholarships. Scholarship applications for FIRST students are now available. Get more information at kettering.edu/first. FRC Premiere Night is back on Saturday, February 25th. Submit a unique video showcasing your team's charged up robot progress by Thursday, February 23rd at First Updates Now/Premiere23. Premiere Night is a great way to engage with the community. Get more information and submit your video at firstupdatesnow.com/Premiere23. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.